Welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing a patio refresh. This is the before, and I'm going to be starting by lightly sanding over my chairs because they do have some rust on them. I actually got these from my aunt a couple of years ago, and she had them for a long time, but they were still very well intact, so I told her that I would like to have them, and I had planned on painting them for a while now, but I'm just now getting around to it. And I will be painting these in black, and the paint that I bought, it takes a long time to dry, but this paint goes on so beautifully and it just looks really nice, and it has multiple nozzles in one, so you can choose what type of spray you want. I will definitely link this below for you. So I chose a matte black is what I'm doing these in. And this is a patio refresh on a really tight budget. So what I did is I left the fabric that I have on my chairs instead of wrapping them in new fabric, just because I wanted to buy a patio rug. And I bought an inexpensive rug. I'll be linking that down below too. But these are the chairs after I got them painted black. And then I had this small table, and you can see it's got rust and rust holes all around the top edge. I thought about throwing it out, but the glass and the base was really good on it. So I decided I would go ahead and just cut a circle of paper, tape it down, and I'm going to paint it as well. And then what I ended up doing is purchasing some black stainless steel trim that had some self-adhesive on it. And I ended up putting that around the edge, and you'll see that a little later in the video. And boy, what a difference does it make. So stick around so you can see that. But even just painting this brought so much life back into this little table. And these are old and sun faded. I just painted them black because that's the paint that I had out. I'll probably go back at a later date and put a little color on these, and these just hang on my lattice fence. A friend of mine just happened to stop by and bring me some aloe vera, not knowing I was doing my patio today, and so I decided that my planters that I had stacked already would be the perfect place to plant this and give the patio a little bit of life and greenery. Here's the table once it's dried, and this of course is before I have my stainless steel trim on it. Here I'm just hanging these up to get them out of the way. They're really cute, just a little extra decor. Now I don't have a power washer. I wish I did, because if you can see any white on the skirting of my house or on the patio, that is actually lime from a sewage leak that we had last year, and I got it off scraping it with a shovel as best I could, but there's some that is just so stubborn I could not get it off at all. And this is the rug right here. What I bought is a plastic camping rug, and it's just a straw plastic, I think is what it's called, and it was so inexpensive. But I tell you what, this little rug right here, it just makes a world of difference on my patio. I am very happy that I bought this. I will link it below with the other supplies. That way if you're interested in this rug, and it's double-sided, and if you want to use it out in your yard, it has loops on the corners for you to put stakes through. Now it's time to start putting some things in place. So the chairs are dry, and I'm going to get them in place. And then you'll see in a minute the fabric on my cushions when I put those back in the chairs. It is faded from the sun, but there's no rips or tears or anything in it. So I decided that I wanted the rug, and later, whenever this fabric, starts to come apart, then I will recover those chair pads. And also you can see my ottoman in the background. Well, that is plastic rattan and it's dry rotted, so I decided that I didn't want to use it at all, and I went ahead and got rid of that. And the pillows are just pillows from inside that I brought out, and I'll just toss them in the washer on occasion. I'm decorating the table now before I have my trim around the tabletop, just because at this point I was still waiting for that trim to be delivered by Amazon. And since this table is small, I'm just keeping my decor simple. The trim finally arrived before the sun went down. I was so glad about that. And what I did is I did add a little bit of E6000 glue in various places because I wasn't sure how this would adhere to the table, but honestly I don't think I needed the E6000. I think that this trim, it might have some of that nano tape or something like that on it, because it ended up sticking really, really well. I just had to be careful because it was a little bit sharp. So you'll see in a minute I toss it on the ground so it can open up. And this is it. Of course right now it does have a clear film over it to protect it, but I will be pulling that off in a couple of minutes. So it's so easy. You just pull the red taping off of the back of it, and then once you stick it on, you cannot pull it off and move it. So on one side of the table I did get it just a little bit lower than the other, but it's really not noticeable, and you cannot see any of those rust holes in this table at all once I got this trim on. And now I'm going to peel that film off, and look how shiny that is. It made this table look so much better. And now this is the reveal. So we have the chairs that I spray painted, and they look tons better. And then here's the whole patio. The aloe vera in the back corner. I've got a spider plant there on the left on the ground. I don't know if you can see it, but I have my arbor that I built. If you haven't watched that video, I'll try to link that below too, so you can go back and watch that. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please subscribe and come back and see me. Have a blessed day.